You are listening to highlights from The Baub Show. If you like what you hear or want to hear this interview in its entirety, please visit www.thebobshow.com, spelled B-A-U-B, and click the Archives tab or search for The Baub Show under Podcasts on iTunes. Also be sure and check us out live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you can participate in our online chat during the show or call in and say hello. For now, let's listen in on Miss Julie Brown's interview, originally recorded October 19th, 2009. B-A-U-B Radio. Hello, everybody. How are you on this beautiful Monday night? Getting a little cold and rainy here in Los Angeles, I'm hoping. I would like to introduce my co-host for the evening, Mr. Ray Allen.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Ray. How are you?
I'm good.
Please welcome the one and only Miss Julie Brown.
Just say Julie, fa fa fa, yeah.
Hi.
Julie. How are you guys?
I'm good, Julie. We want to know more about you. So Ray is like the perfect person for you if you ever need somebody to do like an archivist. I knew he had all of the Just Say Julies on VHS, like as in.
Oh, really? He does? God, I don't even have that.
Well, see, there you go.
You can consult with me later.
We watched stuff yesterday. All these great clips from Just Say Julie. Then he had interviews with you on Arsenio Hall.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, my God. I haven't even, heard those. I can't remember what I said on those shows. I can't even remember.
Well,
good.
we
can.
Yeah. I had no idea that you performed on Arsenio Hall as Medusa.
Yeah, isn't that weird? He wanted me to do it, and I thought, and he introduced it. He goes, I want you to do it, and I'm going to introduce you as Medusa. And I thought, okay, that's really weird for the audience because they won't know what he's talking about, right? And, yeah, it was super weird, but he was like, oh, no, I really think it's great. I think it'll be great. So I did it, and it made me feel really odd because the audience was like, I mean, there I am doing Madonna, but he's calling it Medusa, and yet the song is sort of weird, right? And the lyrics are all different, and they were confused. And but then I kept thinking, okay, at least I am getting to come on it, at the end and promote the special. But it was one of those things where you're going, oh, God, this is so weird. I can't believe I'm doing it, To
watch it yesterday, it was really cool. So it might have been awkward at the time, but it was definitely worth it in retrospect.
Oh, that's good. I don't know if I even have a copy of that. I would love a copy of it.
Ray's got it all on DVD. He has so much stuff. I also didn't know. I remembered you being on The Edge.
Yeah.
Because I remember when that show was happening. I did not realize that your co-star was Jennifer Aniston.
Oh yeah. She was so adorable. Because it was my show really, and I was doing it with David Merkin, and we had all these people in, and we cast like other cast members, other sketch people. So she had to come in and do characters, which people don't know her at all for doing crazy characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
They really don't. And she was really cute and funny, and she was great.
She did Julia Duffy very well.
Yeah, she was really funny. And we did these characters together called Shasta and Carmel. Do you remember those characters?
Yes, the models.
Yeah, we were like these idiot moron groupies who would live on lip gloss and stuff like that, and we locked ourselves in boxes, and we starved to be with the band members we wanted to be with. So, and she was hilarious. And no one's, she doesn't do stuff like that anymore. Yeah, she kind of is. It's kind of the same character or that she gets cast as in those movies a lot, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's very sort of, the cute romantic comedy girl, Rachel Green. Like it's not going beyond that. For whatever reason, I just wasn't plugged into Just Say Julie.
Well, yeah, it's just a different character, and it's sort of, it's just a completely different character than like Medusa. It's weird. It's like an exaggerated version of me, I think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. How did that character come about? I mean, I was watching you because we watched tons of footage of it, and you are constantly off tilt.
Oh well, because this is why is that me and Charlie Coffey, who was my writing partner at the time, and we wrote Medusa together. We wrote every single script. So I mean, MTV was so cheap that there was we had to write every script, and we had to shoot 7 shows in 3 days, which is insane, right? And my producer, his one big note to me was, do it faster and bigger. So
oh my God.
I would like every time I would do a group of shows, I would feel like I'd have to go to the hospital by the end because it was just them going, everything had to be at this crazy MTV pace that they had in their heads, right? That everything has to be fast and loud and crazy. So the character is sort of evolved basically out of just the madness of MTV then, that they didn't want anything to be slow, like nothing, right?
There was definitely nothing slow. And so does that mean on the PMS episode where the crew quits, which I actually thought was hilarious when you start dragging the camera across the room yourself?
Yes.
Were you actually crewless? I'm actually
No,
now.
but I really was dragging the camera, yeah. They were like it was such a fun place to work then because they didn't know what they were doing, so they were kind of like, here's some money, do a show. But at the same time, there was very little money. So if you wanted to do something, if they thought the budget was too high, like if you wanted to rent a cop uniform, they'd go, oh no, you have to change it. So you just go like, oh my God, it was like doing high school. It happened to be on TV.
Was it all scripted, or did you kind of do some things free form and just kind of like have an outline and go?
No, we really wrote scripts, but it was still like there was a certain level of improv. Like the script would be there, and then I would just have to just do it. You know what I mean? And if I made a mistake, I'd have to just do that section again, really. And he'd say, do it faster, louder, bigger, and I would do it, and then we'd move on. So it was just the most insane thing ever.
How many cups of coffee would you drink? Because honestly, I mean, there's even on your like even when you would act quote unquote depressed. I mean, your depression was so over the top, right? And melodramatic. Yeah.
Yeah. This is before Red Bull or anything, right? I just had to be crazy, and I would just. You're right. I would drink a lot of coffee. I drank a lot of coffee, and then I would just die afterwards. But it was fun too. I don't want to make it sound like it wasn't fun.
No, it was
really fun. It was really fun.
Do you really love Bon Jovi as much as you did on the show?
Well, no, but I mean, I liked him. I just the way that one happened was when I first went on MTV before I had my show. I came on to do a guest VJ thing.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I ever was on was like went on for a week in New York to promote my album, and I was going, okay, they were just coming to be a guest VJ. I thought, I can't just sit there and say these videos are great because some of them are so lame. So I'm gonna make fun of them, and they'll either fire me or they'll like it, right? Because it's like I just couldn't say like how Martha Quinn would go, here comes a video by Stevie Nicks, and that really straight thing. I couldn't do that. So I decided that I, sort of be really extreme about it, and I pretend that I was madly in love with Bon Jovi. And then what happened was I was saying how he's my boyfriend and I love him. These girls, like we got some calls of girls that were really mad, these teenage girls that were really mad, and then I called them the Bon Jofia. And so then they got even madder. So once we did Just Say Julie, then I had this whole fictional relationship to the Bon Jofia. And I just kept saying he was my boyfriend. But then I have to tell you, the other funny thing is he started seeing the shows, and then he was going to do an interview on MTV, and he said, the only person I'll let interview me is Julie Brown. So
wow.
I know I got to go to his house and interview him. Oh, I know. And
now, see here, I probably am part of the Bon Jofia because I love John Bon Jovi.
Oh, my God. Well, I mean, I really like him, but it wasn't like, obsession. And he was so sweet and so nice and, professional and really cool and not, he was great. He was really a nice person.
Julie Brown was so wonderful when she called into this show that we actually have 2 parts of the highlights from this interview. So look for it right here on YouTube.